I want to tell you a quick story about discipline. When I was a kid and I saw a man, yell at his son, or another kid being disciplined by his father, or I would see a man yell at his dog, I would perceive that as abuse. And I never understood. There's something called lenses in the way you see things. Please hang with me for a minute. This is deep. There's different stages of consciousness. First stage consciousness is the small eye looking out and not understanding the real situation. The second level, the second stage, is a fairness and a functionality. It's compromise. The third stage is the bird's eye view. The third stage of consciousness is where you can see the forest for the trees. And that's where you'll bend over backwards and will discipline someone else, or cut to truth like a sword, like a knife that stings. The initial cut burns, but it cuts to truth swiftly because it's what's right, no matter what or how it feels. And I never understood that as a kid. When I was 8 years old, my father came into the kitchen and I had set a G.I. Joe on fire over the stove. And there's a G.I. Joe sitting there burning in flames in the kitchen. And my dad walked in the kitchen and he goes, "What the fuck are you doing?" I fucking put the G.I. Joe out. My dad fucking beat my ass all the way up the steps into my room. And I was in my room for like 3 hours. And I thought he was an asshole and a bad father. Next week, my dad comes in the kitchen and I'm sitting there with my friend at the kitchen table. We're kids. And for some reason I'm brushing my teeth over a dinner plate. And there's toothpaste going all down my face, all over the dinner plate. And I'm brushing my teeth like a dumb fuck all over the kitchen table, just being a fool. My dad goes, "What the fuck are you doing?" And slaps the shit out of me all the way up the steps. Tells my friend, "Get the fuck out of here." And I'm sitting in my room again for 3 hours. Another time, I'm in the passenger seat of my dad's truck, and we're like cutting lawns or something, probably. And I was watching some like Exorcist movie the night before that I shouldn't have been watching. And I'm going, "I am Satan, Satan," and making all these demonic voices with my voice to get a reaction out of him. And he goes, "You better stop that." And I go, "Satan." And I did it again. And my dad looked at me and just fucking started slapping the shit out of me, dude, right in the middle of driving in the car. We almost got in a car accident. And I stopped doing that, and I never did that again. And today, my father is almost 60. And my dad jokes sometimes around my wife, "You could probably beat my ass now." But the interesting thing is, I could cry because when you lack discipline as a kid, you don't get it, which I should have gotten more. If I had one wish as a kid, I wish my father would have whooped my ass more and not let me get away with so much shit, because it took me that much longer to figure out the ropes of life and how shit works. So, as you grow up, man, it's freezing out here. As you grow up, It's very hard to be able to look another man in his eyes and tell him what to do and why to do it, no matter how he feels. Maybe it's on a job site or something like that. And it was a big struggle for me, and it's not anymore. Because now you begin to understand why. Right? If your dog gets off the leash and runs out in the street, and you say, "Get back over here right now," and you say it in a way that shocks that dog or that child from running in the street, to somebody else, they might look at it like you're being abusive. They might see it. The first stage conscious lens views the third stage as the same. They look identical from the outside, first and third stage, but the intention is completely different. But it looks the same from the first stage perspective because it hasn't been integrated yet. And it's not integrated because the time and wisdom that only comes with being human hasn't kicked in yet to get to that point. And then one day you wake up and you're that man disciplining someone, or cutting the truth where it needs to be cut, or saying it like it is, and you go, "Oh, now I see. Now I see."